Hey guys, it's GirlBlog and I decided to make a video really quick. Pelly Gucci on YouTube, she's one of my good YouTube friends. You guys should definitely go check her out. She gave me the idea of to make a video that's actually really important, and it's things that I do whenever I'm feeling down or depressed or anxious. So I think it's really important because a lot of people have mental illnesses or even don't have mental illnesses, but they just don't know how to deal with their feelings and they feel very upset, and it can cause them to do things that they normally wouldn't do. It could cause them to do drugs, it could cause them to do all types of bad things like getting drunk all the time and becoming an alcoholic, or choosing pornography, or bad habits as in cutting yourself. All these types of things to try to cope with your feelings of depression and anxiety. And I have definitely gone on both spectrums. I've chosen really bad things to cope with my feelings, and I'm slowly transitioning into really good things. So I just wanted to give you guys some of the things that I personally do, and maybe you could take some of my tips and maybe even in the comments below to say what type of stuff that you do to help with your anxiety or depression, or even just feeling sad for no reason. And then we could all help each other and at least have a conversation about mental health. I've written down some stuff just so that I don't forget everything, so I'll just kind of like read off my list. So the first thing I have is, one of the biggest things that has helped me is to look for people who have had similar situations or feelings or experienced the same things as you, and to talk to them, whether that be face-to-face, whether that be through text message, whether it be through Twitter DMs. I'd never realized how much it has helped me to talk to somebody that has gone through some of the same things that I've gone through and that are having the exact same feelings as me. So another thing that I have really tried really hard in 2016, I'm gonna even try harder in 2017, is to go outside. Get out of your house, get out of your safe haven whenever you're feeling this way. And it's really hard. It can make you feel even more depressed and more even alone. So at least try to leave your house once a day. And I'm not meaning just for work or just for school, like outside of those things. So even if it's just going to the grocery store or going to the park or going to the gas station and getting yourself something to drink, anything that'll get you outside of the house, it'll help you feel better, and I promise that. So another thing that has helped me a lot, and it's weird, is scents. Anything, like any strong scent. Lotions relax me, and it makes me happy to buy lotions. And I don't know if this is really a good thing because it can cause you to like have some shopping issues, but like lotions, candles from Bath & Body Works, anything that has strong scents, even like the wax things that you put in the Scentsies, things like that really helps calm me down. And I don't know, it's just like something, it's like a comfort thing for me. So another thing is creativity. I love writing, and I have not done this in a long time, so maybe I should take one advice. Poetry and songwriting and even short stories and books. I used to get into that so much, and that helped me so much when I was younger, when I was going through some really deep, dark depression things. The biggest thing that helped me, honestly, was writing my feelings out. Whether it sounded ridiculous, whether anybody believed me or not, me writing those feelings down and writing down what I was feeling at that moment helped me get through it. And it felt so good to get it out on paper, even if other people weren't hearing it. At least I had it on paper and I had proof of my feelings, and it was validated just because I wrote it on a piece of paper, and it made me feel better. So another thing is music of any kind. It just helps me, and there's songs out there that you can relate to so much, like Kelly Clarkson and Demi Lovato are people that I relate to on a spiritual level. A really big thing that I started doing in 2016 was playing with pets. It's actually a therapy, like a form of therapy is pet play, and I personally can't have any pets, but what's awesome is if you don't own a pet yourself, which if you do, that's completely awesome and you have it right there in your home, but it'll get you out of the house, and also it helps other animals. If you go to the Humane Society, and I'm not quite sure where about all the other humane societies, but the one I've gone to, we're allowed to take the pets out and we're allowed to play with them and pet them, and it helps you and it helps that pet as well. Just do things that you like to do, whether you have a hobby, maybe it's knitting, maybe it's songwriting or poetry like me, or maybe it's YouTube, and that's a big thing for me is a hobby, to do things that you love. So with me, YouTube is something that I love to do, and it's also kind of therapeutic for me, and a lot of YouTubers say that, but it truly is. It's something that I'm proud of, and it's something that makes me feel good, and like I'm accomplishing something, even if I'm not making money off of it or not making views or anything like that. To me, it's therapeutic, and to me, it makes me feel good knowing that I put content out there that even one person likes, and it just makes me feel better to do it. And it's kind of a place where I can rant, and it's like a safe haven for me, a place where I can feel like I have a voice, and that's really important to me, and it makes me feel so much better doing things that I love. So even if you like swimming or basically anything that you like to do, I encourage you to go out and do it. I'm not quite sure what everyone else would want to do, but old hobbies that you had or old friends that you like to hang out with, if you like to go freaking, I don't know, like go skydiving or something, go do that thing that you love, and it'll help you feel a lot better after you do it. So another thing that I personally like to do whenever I'm feeling upset or anxious or depressed or for no reason feeling down is coloring. And I have a coloring book. It's like a anti-stress therapy and biblical inspiration coloring book. I have actually a bunch of different adult coloring books, but I found this one at Walmart, and it has a bunch of quotes in it, Bible verses, things that are inspirational and positive, and I definitely need that because I'm a negative Nancy, and it just helps me to feel better. And actually coloring can be a real type of therapy that real therapists tell you to do to help with those type of feelings. So I've kind of made that a part of my a part of who I am so that I can cope with feelings that I have. So another thing that I have found out that is very therapeutic to me, and I do whenever I'm feeling down or depressed or just antsy, I clean and I organize things, and I clean and I clean and I organize. And to me, but this also goes hand in hand with making sure you have a clean house. I'm not quite sure if it's just everybody else, if it's just me or if it's anyone else, but when my house is not clean or it's disorganized or there's dishes in the sink or there's just clutter, I feel down, I feel depressed, I feel even worse than normal, and it's almost like my house is representing what I feel inside. So if I clean my house and organize my house, I feel better. I am one of the most negative people you will probably ever meet, even though I portray myself not to be. I find the worst in everything. The way my mind works is if I think of the absolute worst outcome of everything in my life, then I won't be disappointed if that thing comes true. Now, if I believe that if I think of happy things that are gonna happen and they don't happen, I'm gonna be more disappointed and more depressed if that doesn't happen, which is not a good mindset to have. It's okay to understand that things might not go your way all the time, but to constantly believe that the worst possible outcome is gonna happen is really, really gonna get you down even worse. So what I've been trying to do, and what I encourage you guys to do if you're feeling those feelings of depressed, down, and negative, is to try to find even one positive thing out of everything in your day. So one thing that I have only done twice since 2017, and I need to do it more, and I'm going to do it more, that's like my biggest New Year's resolution, is exercising. And that sounds kind of like obvious, but exercising actually helps release endorphins within your body, and it helps you feel happier and more accomplished and positive. And so I'm going to try my hardest to exercise more, and it honestly makes me feel really good when I do it, just because I am overweight, and when I do something good for my body like that, I feel better about myself. And one thing that I really want to emphasize is if you feel like you're feeling downness or depressed, or those feelings that you're having are starting to control your life to where you won't leave your house at all because you're terrified, or you feel suicidal, or you're feeling upset all the time and you don't ever feel happy or ever feel good about yourself, I really encourage you to go to therapy. And if they require you to take medication or offer you medication, you most likely need that medication. And for a lot of mental illnesses, you do need to take medication and therapy to get better. Now, I'm not saying that everybody for every single illness for the rest of their lives are going to need medication, but sometimes you need medication just to boost yourself back to a normal equilibrium, if that makes sense. And if you think you need therapy, then you probably need therapy. And that's one thing for 2017 that I'm going to try to do myself. So I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because I know how hard it is and I know how scary it can be, but therapy is something I've never personally had a good experience with, but I've only gone 2 or 3 times in my life, and they were when I was in a very, very distraught, terrible time in my life. So now that I'm kind of on a level of feeling okay, but also I have my bad days, and I know that my past was traumatizing, now I feel like I'm ready for therapy, and I can actually benefit from therapy. So when you're ready for it, go for it. And you may not ever be feeling completely 100% ready for it, because I'm still very, very iffy about going, but I know I need to go, and I know it'll benefit from me. I'll benefit from going, and I think everybody will actually benefit from going to therapy, even if you've never felt like you've had any traumatizing thing happen, or if you feel like you have the best life ever. I think you will definitely benefit from going to therapy. So therapy and medication, if they're necessary, 100% will help you not feel so down and so depressed. One other thing that I do is Pinterest. I pin a lot of things for like future wedding, future house, future this, future that. That way my mind will stay off of negative outcomes, and I'll be focusing and looking forward to the future. Like even if it's future house, like I'll be thinking like, oh, I can't wait to do this to my house and do this, or for like future wedding, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this, or I can't wait to do this. It just gets me thinking about positive things and not thinking about the negative outcomes that could happen. I use it for mental health quotes and for just quotes in general that I can relate to, so I don't feel so alone about my feelings, and that really has helped me. So the last thing I'm going to point out is one thing that I've started to realize is if you wouldn't think those things about yourself, like if you wouldn't think those things about your friends, or think that negatively about your friends' lives, then why are you thinking about yourself? You wouldn't call your friend the nasty things that you call yourself. Like I am very, very notorious for calling myself fat, and I think I'm ugly, but if I wouldn't think my friends were fat and ugly, and I wouldn't disrespect them like that, then why would I disrespect myself like that? So I need to gain more self-respect, and I think self-love and just self-healing and healing in general from things that have happened to you in the past will really help you feel better. And that's something that we all are probably going to struggle with for the rest of our lives. But we just have to think, if I'm not going to say this to my friends or feel this way to my friends, why would I say it to myself? And I deserve more than what I'm giving myself. And I think that'll really help people to feel better. And I know that mindset helps me feel better. It's just whether you're going to stick to that, because I know I will get on a tangent of feeling really disgusted with myself, and I have too many stretch marks, and I'm too far gone, and I'm ugly, and I'm fat, and I need this, and I need to change that, and I'm just a bad person. But I need to stop thinking like that. And so when I stop thinking like that and start thinking, okay, what is good about myself? And if I wouldn't say that to my friend, I'm not going to say it to myself. And if you would say that to your friend, then you're probably not a good friend, and your friends need to leave you. But anyways, that's kind of my way of coping with negativity and way of coping with bad feelings and anxiety, depression, mental illness. I hope this helped you guys. Sorry if it's long. I try to keep videos short now, but it's really hard for me because I talk a lot and I have a lot to say. But I hope this helps somebody, and if you try out any of my techniques or ways of coping with things, let me know. You don't have to leave a comment in the description or a comment down below telling me, but you can DM me on Twitter, or you can tweet at me, or whatever you feel comfortable with. If you feel comfortable with letting it the comment section know, like, that's completely fine with me. I want my channel to be a safe space for everybody to give their opinion and to say things that they feel comfortable with, and so they won't feel like they're being attacked or anything. So just be very courteous and polite to everybody in the comment section about this type of stuff. Again, like I said, I hope this helps somebody. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go now so that it's not too long. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Oh, and by the way, thank you so much for 135 subscribers. That's really awesome to me. I've gained 35 in 1 month, basically, in 4 days. So that's crazy to me, so thank you so much for that. It really, really means a lot to me, and it's crazy to think that 135 people liked my channel in some way and have subscribed for some reason, and I really appreciate it, every single one of you, because without you guys, I would feel like I have no voice at all. And no matter what, I will still keep uploading videos, even if I have 5 subscribers and get 1 view, or not even any views. But I guess I will go. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.